Welcome to Fading Love Stories. The silence in my apartment was suffocating as I stared at my bare ring finger. "This is a disaster," I whispered, the words hanging heavy. I could see it already, years stacking up, me buried under a pile of cats and greasy takeout boxes, the crazy cat lady starter pack fully activated. "Is this what you want for me, Ben?" I yelled into the empty room, half laughing, half choking on the dread of it all. Rewind a few nights to Nye's place for girls' night. The vibe was perfect, wine pouring freely, soft music vibing in the background, and us sprawled across her plush sectional like we owned it. I was curled up in my favorite corner, nursing my second glass of Merlot, when Maria kicked things off. "So, you and Ben set a date yet?" I twirled the wine, watching the deep red catch the light. "Oh, it's fine. He's stable," I said, and even I winced at how dull it sounded. Nancy arched an eyebrow, smirking. "Stable? What is he, a table?" I leaned in, grinning dryly. "Let's just say he's no Alistair." Ben's wildest move is flicking on the bedroom light. The room erupted in laughter, the wine turning our giggles into full-on cackles. "And the equipment?" I added, rolling my eyes. Alistair's gym shorts were a billboard. Ben's rocking more of a pocket edition. More howls, and it felt like a release, spilling all that pent-up truth, even if I knew I was oversharing. Maria topped off her glass. "So why'd you say yes when he popped the question?" I shrugged, sipping again. "He's a good job, owns his condo, actually wants to settle down. I'm not 20 anymore, you know? Alistair was a roller coaster hot, sure, but husband material? Not a chance. Sometimes you trade the rush for something steady." Nancy's eyes narrowed, that knowing look she's got down to an art. "So you settled?" "Maybe a little," I admitted, brushing it off with a laugh, but it lingered in the air like smoke. Thena Creek. My head snapped to the doorway. Ben stood there, face pale, eyes wide like he'd just walked into a nightmare. My stomach plummeted. He'd mentioned grabbing his laptop charger from Nye's early Y. Hadn't I clocked that? He didn't say a word, but his expression screamed he'd heard it all. Every single word. Fast forward to later that night, back at my place. I was rooted to the spot as he finally spoke, his voice low and steady, too steady. "I heard you, Monica, calling me the safe choice, saying you missed the thrill of your ex." My brain scrambled for a lifeline. "Ben, it was just girl talk. You know, blowing off steam, exaggerating for laughs." He shook his head, slow and deliberate. "You didn't exaggerate. You laid it out. You settled for me because I'm not exciting enough, because the wild guys wouldn't commit." I opened my mouth to argue, but the truth in his words pinned me down. "If I'm your backup plan," he said, "I deserve to know. I'm not here to be your safety net." He didn't shout, didn't flail. That made it cut deeper. He stepped toward the coffee table, picking up my engagement ring, the one I'd left there during girls' night like always. He dropped his apartment key beside it with a soft clink. "This isn't about insecurity," he said, meeting my eyes. "It's about self-respect. Tell me, if Alistair called tomorrow, said he'd changed, wanted to settle down, what would you do?" My mouth went dry. I couldn't answer, and that silence was a sledgehammer. "That's what I thought," he said, pocketing the ring. He turned for the door, and I watched, stunned, as he walked out. The click of the latch felt final, like a period on a sentence I didn't know was ending. 5 seconds later, I'm a mess, grabbing my phone with shaky hands, firing off a group text to Nancy and Maria. "Emergency. Ben heard everything. He's leaving me. Call now." The three-way call connected fast, and I'm pacing my living room, mascara running like a bad movie scene. "He's lost it, guys. Came in all high and mighty, acting like we broke some sacred trust. He took the ring. You have to help me fix this." Nancy's voice crackled through, cautious. "What do you want us to do? Call him, tell him it was a joke, normal girl talk, anything." I'm ranting, but there's this sick twist in my gut. This wasn't like our usual fight. She wasn't budging, and I couldn't sweet-talk my way out. "I'm 33, I blurted, voice cracking. "I worked so hard for that ring, 6 months of hints, leaving bridal magazines on the counter, accidentally strolling past jewelry stores. 9 months of nudging him toward that proposal, and now it's gone over one stupid night. Maria tried to soothe me. Maybe he'll calm down. No, I snapped. You don't get it. Dating at my age? It's a wasteland divorced guys with 3 kids or smug players who think they're doing me a favor. Ben was my safety net, my ticket out of that. Nancy's tone shifted, gentle but sharp. If you're with him just for stability, Monday? Oh, don't you start. I cut her off, venom in my voice. You're the one who asked if I'd settled. I hung up, slamming the phone down, and caught my reflection in the bathroom mirror. 33. Lines creeping in, that youthful glow fading. Ben wasn't perfect. God knows I'd wished he had more fire, more edge, but he was my anchor. Steady job, no debt, a condo in his name. He was supposed to be my shield, against ending up alone, against the ticking clock I couldn't outrun. Now what? Call Mom and say the wedding's off? She's already got the venue half booked. Show up single to my little sister's June wedding, the older sibling who couldn't seal the deal. My phone buzzed Ben. I'll be by tomorrow for my stuff. Have it ready. Cold as ice. I sank onto the couch, muttering, Stupid, stupid, stupid. He was supposed to stay in his lane, grateful I'd picked him settled or not. How did I lose control of this so fast? The next morning hit like a hangover without the booze. I barely slept, replaying it all his face, that calm resolve I'd never seen before. I texted Nancy and Maria again. He's coming at noon. Be here. We're fixing this. They showed up, but the vibe was off tense, like they weren't fully on board. We'll tell him it was nothing, Maria said, but her heart wasn't in it. Nancy just sipped her coffee, quiet. I'd boxed up his stuff clothes, books, that dumb golf trophy he loved but kept the lid loose, like it wasn't really over. Noon sharp, he knocked. I opened the door, forcing a smile. Ben, come on, let's talk. He stepped in, eyes scanning the room, landing on the girls. What's this? An intervention? His tone was flat, no humor. Nancy tried. Look, Ben, it was just chatter. We all vent sometimes. He crossed his arms. Vent? She didn't vent, she dissected me like a lab rat. Compared me to her ex, laughed about our private life, said she settled. That's not venting. That's a neon sign she's not in this. I jumped in, desperate. It was the wine, okay? I didn't mean it like that. He turned to me, unflinching. You meant every word, Monica. You just didn't think I'd hear it. Maria piped up. Come on, man. Every couple has stuff like this. He shook his head. Number I don't. My buddies don't sit around trashing their girlfriends' bodies or saying they settled. Respect's not optional. I felt the ground slipping. Ben, I love you, you know that. Why are you torching us over one dumb night? He grabbed the box, his voice steady. It's not one night. It's you showing me who you are. I'm not your fallback guy. He paused at the door, looking back. You want Alistair? Go find him. I'm done being the consolation prize. And he was gone, the box under his arm, leaving me with 2 wide-eyed friends and a hollow pit where my future used to be. That night I poured a glass of wine I didn't drink, staring at the empty spot where his coat used to hang. 3-year spoof. I'd molded him into my perfect plan. Reliable, predictable, mine. But he wasn't mine anymore. I grabbed my phone, typed a dozen texts, I'm sorry, come back. You're overreacting, and deleted them all. What was the point? He'd seen through me, and I hated him for it. Hated myself more. 33, I muttered, the number a taunt. Mom's voice echoed in my head. When are you giving me grandkids? My sister's smug, I do, loomed in June. I'd be the singleton in the pew, the cautionary tale. I yelled into the dark, Happy now, Ben? Me, alone, with nothing but cats? But the truth gnawed deeper. I'd built this cage myself, chasing stability over spark, And now the door was wide open and I didn't know how to step through.